Welcome back to the Love Letters to Broadway podcast, the podcast where we give you Broadway tips, Broadway tricks, Broadway advice. We talk about our adventures because we are two cool chicks.
Cool
And my
cats.
name, we're cool cats.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I couldn't remember what the phrase is. My name's Michelle,
My name is Skylar.
and this is episode 33. We are in the double threes, which is
Wait, 33?
crazy.
Did I count
30,
wrong?
no, it's 33.
It is?
Yes, you are correct.
I'm correct? Okay.
You are correct. If not, I edited our last episode completely wrong. So it is 33.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I was like, wait a second.
I know it's hard to keep track when you become this famous and you have so many episodes.
Right? We're
Ah,
almost at 50.
crazy. Now that is crazy.
Crazy town.
We'll have to do something really big for 50.
Like our deepest,
So
darkest secrets. No, I'm kidding.
we hated Redwood. Oh, haha. Not a secret.
That's not a secret.
Not a secret. So for this week, obviously, we're going to start with our hyperfixations, like always. Then we're going to get into Broadway news. We're going to talk a little bit about what shows we're excited to see this spring. And then this week, we are going to do a review of Boop, the
I do.
musical. Boop, boop, a doop.
Do you think anybody noticed how in sync we were in the vlog on TikTok?
I don't think so,
That
but I
was
think
so
people need
impressive.
to go watch it.
It was so impressive. We did not discuss it, so that was iconic.
And I was driving at the same time.
Like, how? And our heads both went the same way.
Everyone needs to go watch that if you haven't, because I'm proud of that moment.
Honestly, same.
But yeah, we are so excited to talk about Boop the Musical. We saw it in previews. We definitely want to see it again when it opens. But we like are so
Oh,
excited about
yeah.
it. Like we just can't hold off doing our review. Um,
You know, I was
so yeah.
thinking, imagine if we
Mhm.
did video for this. Look at how I look right now. That's tough.
Are you kidding me? I'm in my Disney princess pajamas.
As you should.
See,
I'm in,
I
I'm
got
wearing
my
Wicked.
Wicked done.
Done.
I'm sorry, I can't hear Wicked and not do that.
I mean, why not? It's on Peacock now.
It is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's Peacock.
Mm. I'm supposed to at some point do a Wicked watch like mini party with like this group of family friends who is insistent that Wicked sucks. We were talking and fighting about it last night. And
What?
they were like, just wait until we all watch this movie together. You're gonna get loads of commentary. They thought Wicked was the worst musical they have ever seen. And they are insistent that the movie must be the same. And I was like, you wanna bet? You
Yeah,
wanna bet?
what? I've never heard anybody say that about Wicked.
Oh, we've already fought about it. Like every time I see them, we fight about it. But so now we agreed we'll go watch the movie together in the coming weeks. So I will update everyone with how that goes.
I feel like Wicked is like a show if you don't love musicals that people go and see and like it. So I'm shocked to see pe hear people hated it.
Hated it with like a capital H.
Literally. Oh, and speaking of Wicked, and I forgot to tell you, yesterday on Instagram, I put like a poll of what people want and asking them like what they want to hear us talk about. So next week we'll talk about it, but they wanted us to go over the Wicked casting, the new casting, and how like incredible it is and how like monumental it is.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, well, we definitely should
Yeah,
talk about it.
and that's my bad. I meant to tell you yesterday and I said it in my head but didn't text you. So we'll talk about it next week.
That's fine.
The story of my life.
Oh,
Um,
but it is, I don't know if we've ever gone. I mean, we talked about the Wicked movie, but we never really talked too much about the Wicked musical on here.
well, we
Did we?
reviewed it.
We did. When we saw it. That's true.
Yeah, I want to see it because Danny Quadrino is in it, and I feel like he's probably the most perfect Bach ever.
Oh my God, I want to see him as Bob.
So badly,
That
but
man
not
was
paying.
underutilized in Urinetown.
I'll never get over that. You have Danny Quadrino. Why does he have no lines?
Not a single line in the
Like what?
entire show. Or a
You just,
single singing line. Because his voice is incredible.
Did you see when he understudy? Because he was the Tommy understudy. When he went on, you saw that
Hmm.
bootleg?
Hmm.
Oh my God. When I saw that, I got
Incredible.
madder you were in town.
We should have gone to see him and Tommy in when he went on that day.
Mm.
We loved
But
Tommy.
that was a shame. That was a
Again,
shame.
another show that shouldn't close. And what musical did it close for? Redwood.
Stop, I forgot about that. Whoa, I'm so mad right now. I just
Mm-hmm.
went from 0 to 100.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, it
Oh
closed for
my
the
God.
mess that is Redwood.
The high school play that is Redwood.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. I forgot about that. Okay, that makes me mad. Let's move on
Yeah,
before
it makes me very
before
mad.
mad.
I mean, listen, once again, like we said last week, we know not everyone's going to agree with our opinions. There are people out there that probably love Redwood. It's
Yeah.
not our cup of tea, and that's all I'm going to say.
But I think people are agreeing with us, which makes me feel better.
Yes, from what we
If
have
you
seen,
look.
people agree. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Tommy close for that. Rude.
That and Tammy Faye. At least we weren't.
Oh my God,
Uh,
Tammy Faye. Um,
uh,
okay, so let's get into our hyperfixations for this week. Would you like to begin?
you could go if you have them. If you're
I'm
ready,
not
steady,
gonna,
goey.
I'm not gonna, I'm not, I'm ready, steady, going. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're not exciting again. My only things I'm hyperfixating over are the same two things I've been hyperfixating about for weeks, which is Toontown and finding myself a working bag. I haven't listened to music. I mean, I guess one thing I am hyperfixating a little bit over is I'm watching Hell's Kitchen. Right now, I'm currently on the All-Star season.
I was gonna say, is there a new season?
No, I've been watching All Stars. I never really watched the original show, so I'm kind of going backwards. But I will say it's great. But yeah, mostly I'm obsessing over Toontown and finding myself a working bag. And I just feel like my dreams are not coming to fruition with the working.
I feel like it was a sign, though, that you're gonna find it soon. That you saw one so close in proximity.
I
The
hope so.
sign.
I think that's what we have to manifest at this end of this episode is that by next
Yeah.
week, I will have a working.
Literally. Literally. Hell's Kitchen, there's this one season with Robin,
That she's
and
on this season. She's on this season with All
she's
Stars.
just yelling at everybody and fighting with everyone.
I don't know if I don't know if it's this season or her original season because I saw clips from her original, which look
Like
bad.
she cray. But it's so funny. I love old Hell's Kitchen because they just
Hmm.
went at it and they're all smoking cigarettes in the back.
Every episode, I'm like,
Like
how do you not guys have like lung cancer? Like
they
every
probably do.
episode. But and I'm like, why do chefs smoke? I don't understand.
I
But
don't know. They all do.
They all do. But she's on this episode because I mean on this season because she's in All Stars and I tell you that woman is psycho.
She cray cray.
She cray cray. Oh my God. She's like,
That's so entertaining.
I'm gonna come back. I'll be better than ever. Okay? Y'all don't understand me. You just don't get it. And I'm like, okay, Robin,
Wait,
calm the boobs, calm the titties.
is she from New York?
I don't know where she's from, but she sounds it.
Where is she from? Let's look.
There are some interesting
Robin.
people on the All-Star season. Like there's Millie and he has this really, really weird long beard with that's braided and it's kind of grossing me out.
She's from Staten Island.
Oh, that makes
Sorry.
sense. That makes sense.
That's so funny.
Oh, now I hear it. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense. There's also Elise, and she's cray cray.
I don't
There's
remember her.
Barbie. Barbie.
I remember Barbie. Everyone hated Barbie.
Oh, they do this time too. It's it's an interesting season to say the least.
Yeah, it's definitely
I just
fun.
I just love when Gordon goes, "It's wrong. Get out of here, you donut."
Like so funny. I don't know how they do it though. When you just start crying, I feel like I'm so sorry.
Oh, 100%. But like, ugh, I would love to meet Gordon Ramsay.
Oh
That's on my
yeah,
bucket list.
that would be cool. That would definitely be cool.
Hmm. Have him yell at me? Yeah. The
I just
dream.
It's like Patty LuPone yelling at you. Would you cry or be like, yeah?
I'd be like, I think I would cry initially and then be like, hee hee, Patty.
I'm fucking dead. Oh my bad. I cursed. My bad. Sorry, sorry, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, well, I listen to some music because that's all I've been listening to music and reading my book at the same time, so that's kind of my life. This is kind of impressive. I've not turned on a TV all week.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
cray cray.
Is that weird?
Hmm.
So, music-wise, at 3, I've been addicted to Getting Married Today, Jonathan Bailey singing it, because
Yes.
holy shamoly, I cannot. West End
Yes.
was blessed. Blessed.
Hmm.
Because imagine seeing that live. I think someone would have to carry us out on a stretcher.
I would love to just see him live in general and anything.
Just like I know, and he's in Richard the Third right now.
Do you think that'll transfer to Broadway maybe with him?
I would only see it. Like I'm not a big, we're not big play people, and we've said that. But I would go see that
In a heartbeat.
front row.
We would
And
buy tickets. I would not wait for a lottery for that one.
no, no,
I will pay
yeah,
$300, $400 if it means I am that close to a Bridgerton man.
literally. But do you see Othello? It's like 800 and up.
That I won't pay.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. And to be honest, I mean, like, I love Jake Gyllenhaal, but not like enough to pay those prices. Same with Denzel.
Yeah, like it's kind of sick to me, but that's a whole other story.
Mhm.
Um, at 2, I have See 'Em Smiling from the last 5 years. I've been into the original Broadway cast, which has Norbert from Wicked. He's the
Mm,
Jamie, and it's really good. Again, I really want to see Nick Jonas, but I see people's reactions after seeing it, and it seems like his acting isn't great, but I'm curious to make our own opinions. Um, but yeah,
yeah.
that's a good
And
song.
also, I think he'll get better as the run continues. You know, it takes time.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll see. Hopefully, we get tickets somehow. Um, and then at number 1 is kind of weird, but I've been in the Fleetwood Mac stage of life, which is random. I've always loved them, but like I've been back into them. The Chain by them.
I don't know it. I never listened to their music.
So good. I put it on when I'm setting up my classroom. I've been putting on their albums and just letting it go, and I was like, dang, I actually really like them.
Hmm,
So that's a not Broadway, but
that's
a new
interesting.
thing. Yeah, it's very hippy dippy. It makes
Hmm.
sense.
Oh, you know what I was gonna ask you also?
Hmm.
Going back to Nick Jonas for a second. You know, the Jonas Brothers announced that they're going on a tour
Yeah,
this summer.
it's crazy.
It starts in August. Okay, but does that mean that he's leaving already? Like in a few months? Oh, wait, but actually it's a limited run, right? It's only a
Yeah,
limited
it's
amount of
14
weeks.
weeks.
Well, I guess that's why.
Oh God, that man's busy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I want to see that though. I need to see him.
Yeah. I would love to go to a Joe Bros concert.
Oh my God, it's the best night.
That is
I went to the one at
nostalgia.
Yankee Stadium and I was high on life.
Hmm.
Um,
I haven't seen them since I was a teenager.
really? I went to
Yeah,
every,
I saw them twice.
oh, I've gone to every tour that they've ever done.
Are you gonna go to this new one?
I probably should.
Are you gonna
Um,
bring me?
if you want to come.
Hell yeah, I want to see the
It's,
Jonas Brothers.
where is that? City Field, you said?
MetLife, I think, is the
MetLife.
probably the closest. We have to look. I'm not really sure.
That's in Jersey, isn't it?
Yeah, it's by the American Dream Wall where they're doing Jonas Con.
Which is gonna be, I can't wait to see the fallout of that because that's gonna be crazy.
Oh my God, I keep seeing like photos and stuff of it. It looks a mess.
Yeah, looks stressful.
The water park, oh my God. So we were maybe gonna go. We had gotten tickets to the water park and we decided not to go. Did you see the setup?
Yeah, there's nowhere to stand.
There's nowhere to stand. The
You have to go in
stage,
the
you
pool.
have to be in the pool if you want to get even close to them.
Hell no.
Hmm.
My pasty body is not being shown. I'm so pale, it's bad.
I'm not. So many girls are posting like, I ain't going in a bathing suit in front of the Jonas Brothers, and also like people keep saying like, do they forget that we are now all like late 20s, early 30-year-old women's? A lot of people are moms. Like we don't have the same bodies.
Nor do it's March also. We're all pale. We have no tan going on.
Hmm.
I am not wearing a bathing suit. Nope, that's a hard pass. Yeah,
Absolutely
so I'm interested
not.
to see. Um, things wise, well, reading wise, I'm reading the same book, the horror book. It's pretty good. Um, but like things wise, my new thing after going last night is acoustic nights at bars and not drinking and having Shirley Temples and just vibing with music. That's gonna
Look
be my
at
new thing.
you. Wow, look at you.
I was vibing, drinking my Shirley Temples and just listening to music.
That's great though. You gotta have like a night out.
Yeah, it was fun.
Very
I like it.
nice.
So that's gonna be my new thing
Very nice.
in my
I
later
like that it's an
20s.
activity. I like that it's an
Yeah,
activity.
and live music, it's a good vibe. It makes
Hmm.
me feel like alive a little bit,
Hmm.
especially when the band is good. So,
That's awesome.
yeah. So this is my plea to people. You don't have to drink to have fun.
Well,
You could drink some Shirley Temples.
I've been saying that since I was like in high school. Like
Yeah.
you know me, I'm not a drinker. I don't drink like at all.
Yeah.
And I never understood the desire or the want or need for it, you know. I think you can have fun without it.
Yeah. Me and my friend were drinking some Shirley Temples. And
That's all you
it
need.
was such a vibe.
Well that's like us when we go to our Broadway shows. We drink our gingies.
Yeah, and we vibe.
We
I don't know, it was
vibe.
like a lot of fun. Like just sitting there and just like having control too. Like people who
Hmm.
get so drunk and just like people watching and listening to music. I challenge whoever's listening to try it.
Hmm. You do that. I think that's
Yeah,
excellent.
it's a good vibe.
So I guess then moving on from hyperfixations, just to talk a little bit about what shows are at the top of our list to see this spring. We've seen Boop, which was number one on really our list.
Incredible.
And I think it's still number one. I want to go again.
Literally, I cannot wait to go again.
I would like to see last 5 years because I
Mhm.
don't know anything about it. Smash has gone down on my list. People
Me
are not
too.
giving it good reviews. What else is opening? I know you want to see Just in Time.
I want to see that. I also want to see John Proctor.
Yes, I want to see John Proctor. It looks very good. Oh, we want to see Operation Mincemeat. We
Oh
really want to
yeah.
see Real Women Have Curves.
Yes, we're excited for that one. It was very cool walking past that theater the other day.
Yeah, the way they set up the marquee looks beautiful. And I just feel like the show's going to be so good from all the clips we've seen and what the preview we saw at Broadway Con. Like, I'm so excited about that one.
We also need to see Buena Vista. We want to see that.
Yeah, we have a lot we want to see.
Yeah, so if you're listening and you've seen the shows, let us know which ones are worth it to like rush to or which ones we could kind of wait.
Hmm.
So I'm curious other people's opinions.
I also want to see Good Night and Good Luck.
Oh yes, we gotta see that.
I really want to see that. I think we're gonna have to rush for it.
Yeah. But I don't think it's been too crazy from what I've seen rush
Yeah.
reports.
But where are the rush seats located?
I don't know. Are they standing room?
I don't
Didn't we
know.
look this up last week?
No, it was standing room for a different show.
Oh,
Glenn Ross.
Yes. I guess while we I'll look it up while we continue to talk and I'll see what people are saying.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of shows opening this year. But now the real question is going to be as we get closer to the summer and get closer to June,
Hmm.
what shows are going to be nominated? Because I think this is like our biggest opening season of like new musicals and of just new plays in a long time.
Yeah,
I
there's a
also re
lot.
like I really wonder who's going to be nominated for like even Best Actress. Like I all you and me both thought for the longest time Nicole Scherzinger was gonna win for Sunset.
Yeah.
A lot of other people think it's gonna be Audra for Gypsy. But to be honest, I think Jasmine from Betty Boop should be nominated and she'll win. I think she gave a performance that outshined both of them.
I 110% agree with that. Nicole is amazing in her own way, but as we saw different Normos, we were kind of like, huh, there's some things that she might have lacked when she was developing Norma. But
Hmm.
Jasmine as Betty Boop was like, I felt like we just were watching it on the TV. Like her
Yeah.
mannerisms, the way she even held her hands,
It was
insane.
it was crazy. And but now I'm wondering with all these other new shows opening, are other people gonna start outshining the Nicole and Audra
Yeah,
prediction? I
there's a
don't know.
lot. We're definitely gonna do an episode where we pick our like picks and we'll see who is right and who's wrong. That'll be fun.
Yeah, we gotta go through like all the categories. I think they released like leading up to the Tonys, like an actual like sheet, like when they announce like
Yeah,
who's nominated for everything. So maybe when the nominations come out, we
yeah,
like we literally just go through the list and like circle everything.
that would be cool.
There should be a prize for whoever's the most right.
Yeah, I'm trying. That's what I was thinking. Like, should we put
Like
down? I don't
we
know.
maybe the prize is that whoever wins like the most
Hmm.
gets to like choose what show we see next, and
Okay,
the other one can't complain
okay.
or something. We could talk about it more.
I feel like we both like the same show, so we'll both be like, dee, 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 dee.
That's true too.
Like, okay.
Unless, actually, no, no, no. If I win, I'm gonna take you to Redwood.
Mm, you wouldn't do that to yourself. No, you
No,
give
I
me a
wouldn't.
single ticket.
I'll get you a single ticket. But actually, no. Wait, but wait a minute. Do you think Adina is gonna be nominated for Redwood? Because I hope not. I mean, I
She just
love her, but
ex
no.
she just extended her run too.
She could be nominated. Oh my God, imagine it's her against Nicole against Audra. Like, what a lineup.
Not even close. Should be not
Not,
even close.
it's not even close, but like, could you imagine like just like the names? And then Jasmine's thrown in there. Poor little Jasmine. She's a
I
Broadway
know.
debut.
She's so good though. I hope she gets something.
I wish she could beat like all of them.
Yeah. On the lottery, they're partial views, but they also have standing. So we want the partial views.
Oh yeah, I eat standing for that.
Yeah, the hell to the never.
I don't like standing.
So we got a lot of shows to see, and with the weather getting nicer, we'll hopefully be like I think next weekend's gonna be like in the 60s. I saw that and I was like,
Stunning.
oh, thank God.
Stunning. Bring back our
Yeah.
nice outfits.
Our dresses. Whew, I'm so excited.
Ugh, I miss our dresses.
Me too.
So I guess we should move on to Broadway news. We don't have too much this week, but we do have some.
Yeah.
Um, so I guess the first piece of Broadway news is that Death Becomes Her has announced that they are doing a original Broadway cast recording, and that recording is going to be coming out on April 17th. You can already pre-order the CD and the vinyls. Um, and they will end up being like officially released the same day as the digital recording. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's exciting for
They
people who love Death Becomes Her.
yeah, they have some songs out now, like Tell Me Ernest,
Mm.
but the full thing. We liked Death Becomes Her. We probably won't see it again. It was okay.
It was I feel like there are sometimes musicals where it's like a one-time musical,
Yeah.
and that felt like a one-time musical to me, at least. I
Yeah.
know to you as well. It also could have been influenced by where we were sitting. We were literally almost like the last row of the theater, but I just wasn't in love
Also,
with it.
have you seen on TikTok there's a lot of bootlegs going around and it's like ruining the special effects. Like if I didn't
Yeah.
see Death Becomes Her and I went on TikTok, they're posting like how they like certain aspects of the show with the special effects. I'm like, people, like that's not very fair for people who haven't seen it yet.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I've seen like 3 or 4 clips. I'm like,
This the special effects were like the best parts of the show.
yeah, I feel like if we went again, it wouldn't be as impressive. That's why I wouldn't want to
No.
go again.
Well, yeah, we'd be expecting it.
Yeah. So,
Um, But yeah, that's exciting news for whoever loves Death Becomes Her.
Yeah, definitely. I saw this video of the new video montage of Gypsy, and you could kind of hear, well, you can hear Audra singing Everything's Coming Up Roses, which is interesting for us because we saw the understudy, so it was kind of cool to hear her singing it.
Yeah, I heard that too. I mean, part of me still wishes we got to see Audra, of course. Like,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I don't, it's not a show I'm really desiring to go back to. I do wonder if because they released that, if that means they're gonna be releasing like a cast recording at some point.
Oh, they probably are. But also, like, my issue with it is the lottery is so expensive. I wouldn't want to pay the 60 something again.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think it's worth it. And I would also be disappointed if we showed up again and they're like, yeah, she's out.
Yeah, definitely.
In other Broadway news, Beaches the musical has announced a pre-Broadway national tour in 2026.
Did you watch the movie?
I did not watch the movie.
Isn't it really sad?
I believe so. I think, is it about like a mother-daughter or something? I don't, I've
I
heard
think it's
of
about two
it.
best friends.
Oh, maybe I have to give a different one.
I think so.
What are your thoughts on doing a pre-Broadway national tour?
I think it's strange, but it might be good in the fact that hopefully people give their honest opinion and if it's worth it for Broadway or not.
I guess I think it's strange because usually like the fact that a show is a Broadway show is what helps drive ticket sales for the
Yeah.
venues. Um, so I don't think people are gonna grab on as quickly as to go into a pre-Broadway national tour
Yeah, I
rather than once
wonder.
it's already on Broadway.
hmm
Um,
I wonder where if they'll be like in like Jersey or somewhere close to New York so people here can see it and hopefully like create hype for it. That'd be smart of them
I'm gonna look up Beaches National Tour. Let's see, did it announce where it's gonna be? Um,
because it's definitely interesting.
it doesn't look like
Yeah.
they announced the first location yet.
It's about two best friends vacationing in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Oh.
Yeah. But I feel like
Oh
it's
yeah, it
sad.
starred the movie starred Brett Bette Midler.
And it has that song.
Wind Beneath My Wings, yeah.
There you go. That's all I really know about it.
Hmm.
Eh,
Yeah,
interesting.
they did not announce um where it's gonna be starting on the tour. So usually most Broadway tours though start in upstate New York.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we kind of talked
Um,
about John Proctor, but it's
mhm.
opened. It's in previews. So, and they have lotteries. I keep getting text messages. I don't know about
Oh my
you.
God. Their texts keep freaking me out.
I'm like, who's saying hi like that to me?
Yeah, like all the time it's like, hi, we're in our villain era. Are
I was
you?
like,
And I'm
at
like,
first,
um.
I'm like, who's texting me right now? But we want to see it. Did we try the lottery? Yeah, we did, right? I guess we lost.
Where's their lottery?
Wasn't it like a website before they opened?
Oh, it was. But yeah, well, yeah, yeah, I guess we lost. We didn't hear anything.
Darn.
Hmm.
That's a rip.
It's okay. We're gonna get in to see it. I manifest that we're gonna
Yeah.
be seeing that very soon.
I would like to do that at like 2 o'clock and then see a musical at night.
Mm-hmm. See that at 2 o'clock and Outsiders next door at night.
Perfection. And
Mm.
that restaurant we like, where we get ramen.
Oh, Itchy
Oh,
Ron.
yeah.
So Aladdin this week also celebrated their 11th Broadway anniversary.
That's crazy.
Wow. And we finally got you to see the show almost 11 years later.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Like,
hmm
as a, and honestly, it was Aladdin.
I'm still working on Lion King. You need to see Lion King. Lion King is significantly better than Aladdin.
You think Aladdin will close soon?
I wonder if they're going to close it at some point to open Hercules here.
Mm.
Because I know Disney owns that theater, if I'm remembering correctly.
That's so smart of them.
Yeah. So we'll see about that. But like, I need you to see Lion King. Like,
Yeah,
it's such a classic Broadway show at this point, and it's so good. Like, it is so good.
yeah.
There's so many like interesting puppetry uses and the choreography is very unique. Like, I think you have to see it. It's not your average Lion King cartoon.
Mm.
See,
Yeah, we'll see.
Aladdin more so kind of really stuck with the movie. Lion King, you could feel the differences.
That's cool.
Hmm.
That's smart.
Hmm.
We'll see.
I know you're
Um,
hesitant, but I'm getting you to Lion King. I don't
I
really
mean, I'll
care.
go, but it's just like I'd rather see other shows before.
I'm telling you, you're gonna see it and be like, wow.
I'll be shooketh.
My aunt has seen Lion King like I think 8 or 9 times because she loves it that much. It is
Really?
so good.
Wow. Yeah, we'll see.
You're going. Okay. Next.
Yeah, I really like this new thing that they're doing outside of box offices. So Real Women Have Curves. Their co-composer, Joy, did an acoustic set outside the box office. Um, I'm just kind of obsessed with this.
I love that. Yeah, I saw the video of it. It looked really interesting. I wish we were there.
I know. I wish it wasn't during the week, but I'm loving like the on the street live music, getting people like excited for the show. I'm kind of obsessed with this thing. It reminds me
Hmm.
of Ham for Ham.
That's true.
I went to one in my time.
I've
It
never been
was
there,
so
but I heard that
fun.
they're gonna bring them back. So,
It was so much fun. But yeah, I'm kind of
um,
obsessed.
and then last piece of Broadway news is that it was announced that Ashley Graham, the supermodel, is gonna be making her Broadway debut in Chicago. So she's gonna be taking over the role of Roxy Hart beginning April 15th. And she's gonna be ending her run on May 25th. I don't really want to see Chicago again, but I'd be so curious to see her as Roxy.
I want to hear her sing because can she sing? Who
I don't
knows?
know.
I don't know. I'm kind of, this is going to sound a little mean, but I'm kind of over Chicago and their song casting.
I agree. I mean, they're doing it to stay alive, but I'm so into having a plus size Roxy. I love that.
Yeah, that should be interesting. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
Hmm.
Chicago
Yeah.
definitely was just like a check when we went.
Yeah, it was, we had to go, but I'm not running back.
Yeah.
So that's it for this week. So now we are getting into our Broadway review of Boop Boop a Doop, the
So good.
musical. I'm so excited to talk about Boop. So before we get into it, like we always reiterate, the way we do our Broadway reviews is we break them down in 8 different categories. The categories are costume, set design, songs and music, choreography, book, ambiance/crowd control, casting choices, and then acting and pacing. We rank each category on a scale of 1 to 10, add up and divide, and then the average score is our total rating for the musical. We also always honor the theater bathrooms because it is important. Did we use the bathroom at Boop?
Yes. And I think it was really, really nice.
I think it was too. I don't
If
remember
I'm
and I
remembering.
don't remember in heavy detail, but I remember us feeling like we were thriving and we really liked the bathroom.
I think because they also had music playing.
Yes,
It was a good vibe.
they
No, I
did.
think
And
it was really nice.
yes, I remember we liked it. We went up the stairs and then like
Yes.
yes,
That was a
yes.
10.
10.
Good
We like the
potty.
bathrooms. So I guess to do a quick summary of Boop, but we're not going to go into too much detail because, you know, the show has just opened. It's like still even in previews.
Yeah.
But also keep in mind if you have not seen Boop and you really don't want to be spoiled, maybe don't listen to this part of the podcast. That's up to you.
Mm.
Um, Quick little summary about Boop. Obviously, it is about Betty Boop, the
Mm.
iconic character. But what happens if she comes into our world. So she is talking with Grampy about how she really feels like she's missing something. There's something else out there for her. She wants some change, and he reveals to her this machine that he made years prior that took him to the real world. And while in the real world, he met this woman, Valentina, that he was in love with, but obviously had to come back to the cartoon world. And she's like, "Oh my God, I want to use that machine." And he's like, "Hell no." And then she makes him fall asleep and and then he's out cold and she's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna use the machine anyway." She uses the machine, lands in New York, where? Nowhere else but Comic-Con. And she immediately falls into the arms of Dwayne, who is our male lead of the musical. Um, while at Comic-Con, she meets a young girl named Trisha who is obsessed with Betty Boop. She loves Betty Boop and everything that she stands for. Betty's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm famous here too. This is so annoying." Like, she really wanted to get away. She puts on a fake persona, pretends not to be Betty Boop. She tries to be Betsy Carmichael, and goes off with Trisha to learn about the real world. She comes to find out that Trisha, is in some relation to Dwayne. Dwayne is really like her babysitter, kind of like an older brother figure to her. Trisha's Aunt Carol works for the government. She's trying to help this gentleman, Raymond, run for mayor. And chaos goes crazy. Betty and Dwayne start connecting over their love of jazz. Raymond is like a dictator and tries to take over and become mayor. Eventually, news does come out that Betty is in the US. Grampy comes to follow her. We meet this Valentina. We find out more about their love story. And everyone ends up living happily ever after at the very end. But we're not going to tell you how they get there.
Exactly.
And there is a really cute Pudgy
Oh
throughout the
my
whole
God,
show.
so cute.
So cute.
Amazing puppetry. Amazing.
Yes. Amazing. I think that's a good little quick summary. Anything else you want to add?
Oh, I think that's perfect without spoiling much.
Okay. Awesome. So, getting into our first category then, costumes. Holy cow.
Oh, they did not cheap out, and
No.
it was so gorgeous. Her dresses as Betty Boop was like the mixture of like the iconic Betty Boop dresses, but modernized a little bit. And it was so tasteful. Like so tasteful.
It was done so well. Like, like I got nervous when they announced Betty Boop. I was like, are they gonna put in like an insane amount of padding, try to make her look like even bigger chested or something, like the drawing. But they
Yeah.
did everything so tastefully. She was covered up. You don't really see much, which I think is important because that's not why people should go to the show. Um,
Hmm.
I just think it was done so well. Even like some of the costumes were so cool between like the black and white of the cartoon world and then
Yeah.
transforming into this bright, beautiful color of the human world. And there's even a song all about color and what it means to see
Amazing.
color. The costume designs were done by Greg Barnes, and he was just like an absolute genius. The costumes are so over the top, sparkly, beautiful, tasteful, expensive looking.
Yeah.
But it also I
But
think stayed true to the time period.
exactly. I also love that number that they did where they were in the colorful tuxes and then the back of them was like black and white so that they could keep flipping between color and black and white. That was
Oh yeah.
so
Oh yeah,
cool.
that was the number, "Where is Betty?" And then they're like, "Where is
Yeah.
Betty? Betty is here."
Yeah.
And every time they say, "Where is Betty?" you see the black and white world, like, where
Yeah.
does she go? And then Betty is here, you would see the color world,
It's
and it would
so
flip.
cool.
I've never seen a number like that before.
So cool. And even like Trisha's costume as like a Betty Boop super fan. I
She had
love
Betty
that
Boop all
too. She's
over,
Gen
yeah.
Z. Yeah, she's so Gen Z coded. And it was like, honest to God, it was like a 10. Like,
hmm
I felt like our eyes like went, oh my God, like our eyes were just amazed at what we were seeing.
And even the costume designs they did to represent Comic-Con. Like we're
Oh,
not
it's
gonna
so good.
spoil, but like
Yes.
you're at Comic-Con.
So funny. That was
And they
so
even
good.
they even had costumes like making fun of the crazy characters in Times Square.
It was so good.
It was stunning, the
It was so funny.
costumes.
We were laughing so hard.
Oh my God. It
So
was it
good.
was great. I definitely give costumes a
Oh
full
yeah.
on 10
10.
out of 10. Set design. Again, I thought it was genius.
Literally, the differences between the cartoon land and real world, you literally flipped. It was like insane. Like you really saw the difference between the cartoon world and then real world. And
Mhm.
like just by the set.
But the
Like I
set,
was shocked.
even combined with the lighting design, like they would have these
Yes.
bright, warm colors on like the human world, and then like these dark, dim, like cool tones on the cartoon world. It was just like it was so thought out and so smart. Even the way the stage with the set design, the way it's like designed to outline the stage, it looks like the outline of a Betty Boop cartoon, and you even see like
Yeah.
little bits of the cartoon like in the corners.
Yeah.
But even like the set design was so iconic. Like they have one point they have like the red steps from Times Square, which is where the
Yeah.
TKTS booth is. You knew where you were immediately. The way Comic-Con was done, you knew immediately where you were. Um,
Even the jazz club.
yeah, the jazz.
That was so cool.
The sets were so well done. The colors were so bright and intriguing. But even in the cartoon world, like when you're in Betty's house, like it looks
Yeah.
like Betty's house. Like they really followed everything, I think, to a
It was
T.
so gray looking.
Mm-hmm.
It was so great. It was so good. Like really, this is what Broadway needed.
Mm-hmm.
10.
10.
10.
I haven't seen a set design this beautiful in a long time, to be
And
honest.
even like the like her in Betty's house, like the oven was cartoonish.
Mm-hmm.
Like all that stuff was all cartoonish and it was so perfect. And even during intermission, they had an overture. We should talk about that. The overture and they had the screen that said boop
Mm-hmm.
and it was like changing colors and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that was incredible too because we when we went to see Gypsy, the overture, I mean, it's gorgeous, but it's very almost too long of nothingness. And
Yeah.
this took the overture and made it something.
They made sure that you were entertained as the overture was
Yeah.
playing. But even like oh, that made me think of something else now. I can't remember. Even the way they use screens. Like we've talked
Yeah.
about how with Redwood, the projections were just like so poorly done. But here they use screens so it was so smart. Like they had the screens project like the newscasters, but then the
Yeah.
newscasters would like interact with the whoever's on stage, like almost like animated in a sense, but it's supposed to be in the real world. It just like everything was planned so smart.
Yeah. They
And
thought
so
about
tastefully.
everything. They didn't
Yeah.
like forget certain things and they thought about the audience and how like when you walked in, you were transported into Betty Boop's time.
Oh yeah. But also you knew where you were throughout the entirety of the show. Like
Yes.
I like that they when you're at Valentina's house, the stage changed, the set changed. You knew you were at
Yes.
Valentina's house. When you knew we're on the red steps, you knew we're on the red steps. You knew when you got to Comic-Con. A lot of shows nowadays you can't follow where you are in the story because sometimes they're so minimal that like it makes it impossible to know what even when the days progress. How do I know it's
Yeah,
nighttime? How do I know it's daytime? Even the way that
exactly.
they did the roof of the
Yeah,
building was beautiful. Like it was just a
gorgeous.
simple like dark night in the background with a little bit of stars and everything was just done so well.
Literally 10.
And even with the set design, they even had like the animated cartoons like interacting with Betty like in the background. Like it was so cool.
It was so awesome.
Ten
So
ten.
awesome. 10.
I would rank it higher if I even could.
I know, right? Like 20.
Moving on to songs and music. I loved the music in this show. I thought it was some of the best Broadway original music that I've heard in a long time. I
Hmm.
thought the upbeat songs were fun. they like I listen to where I want to be on repeat already, like all the time. You know, it's been in our hyperfixation songs. I think the songs are just fun. I think they really help progress the story well. I think every song really like makes sense for its character, but also Betty's big 11 o'clock number at the end of the show is also so beautiful. She got like a standing ovation the night we went.
Yeah, I was gonna say even like her like ballad song, I wasn't like, oh my God, like this makes no sense. Like it had such a purpose and it
Hmm.
was like so entertaining. Like when we saw different shows, like I think it was Water for Elephants, they'd have like these big solo numbers. I'm like, all right, it's not really progressing the story. Like, so why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Every song in this show had a purpose, even like Dwayne's big solo with the trumpet. Like he
Yeah.
needed that so we understand his love for jazz and how that's going to connect to Betty in some way.
Well, you know what? That's one thing I loved about this show is that even though the show is called Boop, it's about Betty Boop, it really is more of an ensemble show. Like every character really had a moment to shine. Like Grampy and
Yeah,
Valentina have a song. Trisha has a song. Even Raymond, the crazy mayor, like,
yeah,
or mayor candidate rather, like he has a song. Like everyone had their big I want moment.
yeah,
And I think that's also something that's been missing from Broadway is a true ensemble piece like this.
yeah. It was incredible. I loved it. I cannot wait for the album because I feel like we're going to be blasting it.
Hmm.
It
And I
was
always
just
feel
so
like that
good.
with a lot of Broadway shows recently, like, oh, I can't wait for the album to come out. But this is one that I'm really excited about. And even
Yeah.
all the music made sense again for the era.
Mm,
Like when Betty is in the cartoon world, the song that opens the show made sense that Betty in the cartoon world would sing this. And like it was a big over the top tap number, big with a lot of like cool effects, like cartoony effects. But then when she gets to
yeah.
the real world, you could tell that throughout the show things get a little bit more like what's the right word? Muted, in a
Mm.
sense. Like, I mean, things become brighter for her at first, like it's all this change, but then she becomes a little more humanized throughout the music.
I do love the song about the colors because, like, it makes perfect sense because she's never seen colors. And I feel
Hmm.
like they thought of all those little details of when you take someone out of the cartoon world, and that's something I wouldn't even think of. So it was
Yeah.
like so it was so good. I love Where is Betty? Betty Boop. I love
Oh
that
my God.
one.
It was so catchy.
Like we're still singing it.
Where is Betty? Betty's here.
There we go. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I love
so
it.
good. It was so
Okay,
good.
10 out of 10.
10.
As you can tell, guys, we really loved this
I was
musical.
not bored once, and it was a long
No.
musical.
I would sit through it a million more times. I was ready to go
Yeah.
again the next day.
Yeah.
Um, Choreography, this may be some of the best choreography I have seen on Broadway in a very, very long time. I mean, like, there are other shows with great choreography. Like, we thought choreography of like Great Gatsby was fantastic,
Yeah.
but oh my God, um, the choreography in this show is so beautifully done.
So good.
Everything was done by Jerry Mitchell. He also directed it. Oh my God, the choreography, like the opening number is a giant tap dance.
We
And
just sat there and we're like, wow. I think
we
we were
were,
both like out loud.
wow.
Like, what?
And the Where I Wanna Be dance is beautiful. The
Oh,
choreography again of the number where they flip back and forth from black to white, that's genius. And
amazing.
but also like applause to the directing and choreography team and the set design team and team on like thinking through and collaborating on how they do that change. Like you could tell that number they all worked on together.
You can
Um,
tell they put a lot of, like, they were proud that their names are on this show.
oh yeah.
Like they put so much work and time into it, and it really showed that they like. And I'm just speaking out of like what we saw. You can tell they had like a love for this show in a way that we
Hmm.
haven't seen in a long time.
I agree. Like, I don't think they're in it for money. I think they're in it because they
No,
really care about it. And I just thought their collaboration was so beautiful in the show. And I think that's what other shows miss nowadays. Like sometimes you could tell, like I feel like the director and the set designer weren't aligned on things. But in this case, like they were together throughout
Yeah,
the entire process. And also I do think I wonder if it makes a difference that, Jerry Mitchell directed it and choreographed it because,
maybe.
he had a certain vision and his vision was full-fledged out. Um, the choreography was even like fun, like during the number where Valentina and Grampy are singing, and then he has like those three backup singers who are singing about like
Yes.
love sick and everything. And it's
Yeah.
just like so cute, even like the way they were doing the backup. Like everything was choreographed so gorgeous. Like I
And
have
I
I don't know.
I think it's important to note that what did we see it 2 weeks ago?
Hmm.
Something like that, and it's still so vivid in our brain.
Oh yeah, like I could walk myself through the whole show.
Yeah. So that's what's like so amazing about this show, and that's why we love it. Because when we're thinking back Redwood, I some of the things are like I missed.
Yeah.
But it's been a full 2 weeks and we're still like, oh my God, this I could still visualize the stage, the dances, and I'm not a huge dance person. Like incredible.
Oh my God, the choreography literally like stunning,
Breathtaking.
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 10 out of 10. Um, okay. The book.
Again, I think my only no, I had no issue.
My only note, which we both said, is that we feel like maybe they need to shave off like 10, 15 minutes.
Yes, that was our
But at
note.
the same time, it's in preview, so I feel like they may get there. So
Yeah,
I don't know how to rate this one in the
because it
sense.
wasn't like a huge issue. It's just like when we were thinking back, okay, that was like one of the few cons is Act One, maybe they could shave down a little bit. But other than that, I didn't have a problem with things that were being said or like the
Even
way it
the
progressed it.
And I thought the story was an original, interesting story. Like we weren't sure where they were really like when we went into Boop, we weren't sure
We had no
like
idea.
was it all going to take place in the cartoon world? Like was she going to jump into another cartoon? Like we had no idea really what the storyline was about, and I thought it was very intriguing. We were on the edge of our seats like the whole time.
And I like how they incorporated because Betty Boop is a big feminism like figure. And
Hmm.
they included that when she gets shipped to the real world and included her making a change for feminism in that
Yeah.
world. And I felt like they did it in such a tasteful way where we weren't
Hmm.
like, okay, this is a little too far. They did it like perfectly in honoring Betty Boop and who she
Yeah.
was.
I agree 100% with that. I also did at the same time, like, I loved that they had her be a figure for feminism while also showing the audience that it's okay to also fall in love and embrace the femininity side of you as
Yes,
well.
you're so
Because
right.
I feel like nowadays most shows are like, okay, if we're gonna go feminism, then F men in all
Yeah.
frankness. But I like that in this version they showed that you can have both and it's okay.
And you can find a man who respects you in a way that a man should and values your opinion, your voice.
Hmm. And even the character Valentina, she also in some sense was like an American feminism icon because the history is that she worked at NASA. She's like the super genius who helps Grampy
Yeah.
figure out how to create these technological machines to get Betty and himself back into the cartoon world. And they I just felt like they did it very tastefully. Even with the aunt, Carol, she runs for mayor herself, and she's this powerful, strong woman working in New York in the corporate world. There are
Yeah.
ways to do it while also still showing that it is okay to embrace your femininity and embrace love and embrace happiness and other aspects of your life.
So good.
So
10 out
good.
of
I give it a
10.
10. Ambiance and
Is it
crowd
just gonna be 10?
control. It's gonna be
Okay, so this
10.
is where the ambiance loved, love, love,
Oh
love.
my
The
God.
music playing, the lighting of the theater, even like everything was just spot on. But
But this was the show where I had the woman next to me who was playing with her toes, which I talked about on. the
Yucky, yucky,
podcast.
yucky.
But and no one stopped it. But see, this is the thing, like I feel bad in this case having that event um bring down the score. Because overall the ushers were great. People weren't on their phones like at
Yeah.
all. People weren't taking photos and videos and
No.
even
So should
Harry
we
Connick
forget it?
Jr. Well, even Harry Connick
Oh
Jr. was in the
yeah.
audience and like people weren't rushing him. Like people really
Yeah.
behaved well. It was that one woman. So I almost wonder if we skipped the category in this sense. Because like
Yeah, it really isn't fair. Unless we just forget it and just remember that everything else was good.
I don't know. I don't know what's the proper thing to
Or like a
do.
9 out of 10, just give off 1 point. Or
It will it
9.5.
but the thing
Uh-huh.
is it'll we could do 9.5, but it will bring down our overall ratings.
It would still be really high.
Yeah. I feel like the show is really a 10 out of 10, but
9.8.
I'm almost up to just skipping the category. I'm not gonna lie to
Uh,
you.
all
I
right, so
don't know. I don't know. Or
because there's really only her toes.
yeah, that was the only thing. That's the thing. Like, does this act of one person in the audience influence our score? Because in other cases, usually when we let crowd control bring the score down, it's because it was multiple
Multiple.
people.
Okay, so let's just say it's a 10.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
It's a 10 out of 10, but just know, don't
Don't
play with
do
your
that.
toes during a show and don't put your toes on the person next to you. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Casting
Jinx.
choices, 100 out of 10. 100 out of
Literally, I have
10.
no notes.
Oh my God. I literally have not a single note. Grampy was a genius.
So good.
Oh my God, did he sound like the character? The gentleman who does the puppetry of Pudgy. Oh my God, amazing. Jasmine as Betty Boop is
Oh my God.
identical. Identical.
In Her mannerisms were insane. Like again, like even the way she was holding her hands was insane. Like she
Mhm.
studied Betty.
Oh yeah. Dwayne.
Oh, he was so good.
Oh my God. Wait, who's the gentleman that plays Dwayne? What was his name again? Ainsley. Oh
Yes.
my God. He was amazing. Skylar was falling for him. She was loving it.
I thought you were saying another actor, and I was like, there's an actor named Skylar?
No, you. This is Skylar
Oh,
during the show. She's like, oh, I like Dwayne. But see, that's how you know you have a good male lead, is if women in the
yeah.
audience or men, we're not judging,
Yeah.
are like, oh, I want to like be
Mm.
with that
I
character.
see
I like
why.
it. I see
I see
why.
why she's kind of like high blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but really, even like Eric as the creepy guy, he was incredible.
Oh my God. And his number was so well done too. He was hilarious and he broke the fourth wall.
It
Like,
was so funny.
it was so funny.
Valentina was great. The ensemble was great. We
Oh
did
my
see
God.
RJ. He was
And for all the
great.
outsider girlies, he was fantastic.
10.
10. And acting and pacing.
10.
10.
Like
We already kind of spoke about it. I don't have a single
they were
single
feeding off of
complaint.
each other so well. Even the ensemble, when they were like talking and stuff, they
Hmm.
were feeding off of each other so amazingly. Like
Yeah.
everybody was putting on their performance for their lives. Like they were
Oh
just
yeah.
so good. You could tell they cared so deeply about this show.
And like you believed, for example, like the characters of Betty and Grampy were related. You believed they were grandpa and granddaughter. You
Yeah.
believed that Betty and Dwayne were in love, that Grampy and Valentina
Yes.
were longing for each other for so many years. For 40 years, they dreamed about being together again. Like you believed it.
Yes.
Um,
Even the characters, the director of Betty Boop in the cartoon world,
oh my
that
God,
was
we didn't even
so
talk about
funny.
them.
That was
Oh my
so
God.
funny.
He plays, what's it, Fleischman? Which is like the
Yeah.
actual like company that like produced Betty Boop. And
So funny.
oh my God, he is hilarious. Him and his like partner in that number. Like,
Oh my God, they were killing us. They were so funny.
I hope that this show does not get like looked over at the Tony Awards. I really think this show deserves every award.
Oh
I'm not
yeah,
gonna
it
lie.
it deserves something. It definitely does. I'm curious to see what best new musical, what the other
Hmm. So we don't even have to do a
a talk.
we don't have to do a yap while I rank because we both gave it a full on 10 out of 10.
Is this the first show? This is the first show.
This, yeah, I think this may be the
S-
first one.
So guys, run. Literally
Run.
run. See it now, see it at the previews, see it five, six times. Betty Boop
Well,
is the most incredible musical.
yes, and we'll definitely be going multiple times. I need to go again.
Oh yeah. We're gonna go. So we'll update you guys when we go see it out of previews because we want to see if there's any differences. Um, we're not gonna do like a full review, but we'll just let you guys know if there's differences because I'm curious to see.
I think there'll be some. I just hope they
Nothing
like
crazy.
I just hope they shave like 10 minutes off. But that's my
Yeah.
only, but that's not a reason enough to give it a bad rating. You know what I mean?
No,
Like, because
definitely
if it
not.
stays in, I don't mind it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like we were like, oh my God, like we gotta go. Come
Like
on.
Redwood, I was like, please end.
That needed
Please
an
end.
intermission. Bad, bad.
Um, so yeah, hyperfixations for this week. As I already said earlier, my main hyperfixation is I want to work in.
You mean manifestation?
Yes, isn't that what I said?
You said hyperfixation.
Manifestations for this week.
The
My
working.
manifestation is my hyperfixation of a working. I want to work in.
Yeah. I want to somehow get tickets to the last 5 years, maybe next weekend or the weekend after.
Yeah, I would
That's
love to see next 5 years.
the last
Um,
5 years. You're
oh my,
struggling.
what did I say?
The next 5 years.
Listen, I'm doing my best. It's a Saturday morning. I'm sleepy. Okay.
Yeah. I
Um,
definitely want to see that because I want to talk about it bad and I want to form my own opinion.
yes, I do want to I want to see that as well. I just don't even know anything about the show. So I'm just curious to see the show in general and know what the hype is. But Um, yeah, I'm oh my God, I must have hyperfixating again. I'm manifesting last 5 years in the next like 2 weeks, I would say. I'm
Yeah.
manifesting a working bag. And I'm also
Hmm.
manifesting that we see $89 outsider tickets become available.
Yeah, I agree. So I co-sign.
Yes. And maybe for like a weeknight, like a Thursday.
A Thursday is good. We like
Mhm.
a
Or a
Thursday.
Tuesday, or a Tuesday. We like our weeknights.
We've never went on a Wednesday. Isn't that strange?
Hmm. You know what I'm also manifesting? That when
Hmm.
we go, we get surprised and Josh is on his pony.
Mm.
Because that's my dream.
I'm curious to see him, but I need Brody in my life.
Yes, but I'm a Josh Strobel girly. You had your
Just
Brody twice
say.
now. Now
Just say.
let me dream.
I'm curious. I'm definitely curious to see him.
Yes, I
All
think
right,
that's
well,
it.
yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for listening.
So, once again, like always, make sure to follow us on social media at Love Letters to Bway with one Y on TikTok and at Love Letters to Bway with two Ys on Instagram because why? One Y wasn't available. And once again, for all business inquiries, you can reach us at loveletterstobroadway@gmail.com. Once again, at loveletterstobroadway@gmail.com. We can be reached 24/7. I don't sleep. Skylar does, but at 5 a.m., you're going to get her while I'm knocked the F out.
And listen, new shows. We do reviews. Come on. Good promo.
Good promo. I know we've tried to see if we could collab with any of the new shows, but you know what? It'll happen when it happens.
Exactly. So yeah.
So yeah, that's it for this week. Once again, I'm Michelle,
And I'm Skylar. I
and
will
thank
see
you for
you.
listening. Bye, guys.
Bye.